What's up, guys? It's your girl, A. Marie, and I'm coming back to you guys live with another video. First of all, let me just say that I miss you guys. I'm trying to, get back in the swing of things and everything like that. So, yeah, guys, I'm just chilling, I'm in Sky. Yes, this is my baby. Her name is Sky. Yes, I named my car, don't judge me. So we just gonna get right into this video. So a couple weeks ago, I watched a movie with my son, and I know a lot of you guys are gonna know what movie I'm talking about when y'all hear the title. It's called The Birdbox. Now, let me just say for the record, this movie is a one and done for me. Like, excuse me, this movie is a one and done for me, and I'm just gonna do a reaction on like how I felt about the movie, like what were my thoughts, what were my views about everything. And it's crazy that I'm even talking about this movie for the simple fact that I remember this movie is years old, right? I remember years ago, like probably like 2 or 3 years ago, it was so talked about on Facebook. Like, I remember looking at people's statuses, and it was talking about the Birdbox this, the Birdbox that, and all kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, when the movie first come on, like when you look at the preview or the picture or whatever, you see Sandra Bullock, and she is in a boat, and she got her eyes is like, bandaged. Like, she got like a scarf over her eyes so she can't see. So I'm immediately judging the book by its cover. I know you shouldn't do that, but that's definitely what I did. So like, I'm getting nervous because like I'm watching their preview and I'm seeing how everything dissects. Oh my gosh, y'all. First of all, I see why they did what they did in the movie. Like, I was really in my feelings. Like, the movie first come on, they take it from the scene where they're in the movie, like they're in the scene with the scarf on the eyes and stuff. They can't see nothing. And then it goes like, not fast forward, but 5 years later, 5 years behind or whatever, 5 years earlier, my bad, 5 years earlier. So, Sandra Bullock, she's like pregnant. She's like in this room, in this house, and she's painting these beautiful paintings. I mean, guys, they're beautiful, right? And like, her best friend is like talking all this mess to her, just playing around, telling her, you need to get out the house. All you do is stay in here and paint. You need to get out the house, blah, blah, blah. And she's pregnant, right? So like, fast forward, like, her TV's on. And I guess there was something going on where a whole lot of people were dying, like just automatically dying, right? And like, she ended up turning the TV down, and I wish she would have turned the TV up, right? But she didn't. She turned the TV down. So I guess she had like a doctor's appointment, right? So she's like, because I told y'all she's pregnant. So she's in the doctor's office or whatever, and she's like, getting her ultrasound, you can hear the baby and all that good jazz. And then like, she goes to the bathroom, right? She goes to the bathroom and she's throwing up and stuff. And her best friend is like, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. So she comes out the bathroom, and like, all of a sudden you hear all these screams and you don't know what's going on, right? So like, she's coming out the bathroom, and she's walking in the hallway, and this woman is literally hitting her head up against the window, right? And like, her forehead's bleeding and stuff. Like, she's literally trying to go out the window. And the people are like, stop, blah, blah, blah. But the girl gives Sandra this look like, something's not right. So basically, whatever was going on TV is happening in front of her very own eyes. And it's like, Sandra Bullock, she comes at the hospital, her friend is in the car, and they're like, we gotta go. But as you're like watching the movie, and the best friend is driving with Sandra Bullock in the passenger seat, of course, it's like something happens where everybody is just dying right in front of you. Like, everybody's just dying. Like, if you look out, if your eyes is open, death is gonna come to you, period. So basically, it was a bunch of suicides, right? It was a bunch of suicides. And like, it was crazy because, the best friend is driving, and Sandra's like, drive. And she's like, I can't run this red light because people are killing themselves. So people going through red lights, people dropping dead, people getting in burning cars. It's crazy, y'all. It is crazy. So then like, she's doing all that, and then like all of a sudden her eyes get really red while she's driving, and like she's under the spell, she's under whatever's going on. Mind you, Sandra Bullock's pregnant, right? So she was like, what are you doing? And she just starts putting her foot on the gas and going faster and faster. So then when she took that red light or whatever, the car ended up flipping over, and Sandra was able to get out the car, thank God, and her best friend was too. But like, something was in the atmosphere. Something was in the air. Y'all, do you know she literally looked at Sandra with tears in her eyes? She knew she was under something. Something was not right. And she walked in front of a semi. I was like, oh, this movie is crazy. I was like, this is just something. But I could not stop watching, y'all. I could not stop watching. So then, like, you know, everybody in front of her is dying. Like, and this is a really part of the movie that really had me all in my feelings, but everybody gets together. So, you know, she's pregnant and everybody is running. Everybody's trying to run away. They don't know what they're running from. They're just running and dying, right? So, like, it was so sad because y'all know how many times Sandra Bullock got knocked down? Like, y'all, she is pregnant. Like, I just knew she was finna have a miscarriage. I just knew she was going to fall too hard on the baby or what have you. I just knew it. So then, you know, there's a house, right? And she's trying to get into this house, but she's walking, and then the girl, the wife, from like a man or whatever, was a couple, she came outside, and she could tell she was pregnant, and the husband was like, don't go outside, and she was like, I have to help her, she's pregnant. She kicks off her shoes, and she's trying to help up Sandra, and next thing you know, she's like, mom, and she walks in a burning car. So, y'all, this girl done burned herself alive. So, like, now y'all know the husband, he's pissed. He's like, you know, the reason why my wife is not here because she was trying to help you out. So, fast forward, Sandra gets in the house. So, it's Sandra, it's the old man, it's this fine black dude. Ooh, he fine. And, okay, Sandra, the husband, the fine black dude, the dude that played off of, what's that movie called, y'all? What is that movie? I cannot get it. It's got Kyrie Irving in it. Mr. Drew or something. He's in it. A white girl's in it. Another white boy is in it. So there's like 6 people in the house all together, right? There's 6 people in the house all together. And what happens is they catch on. They're like, if you look outside the light, everything has to be dark. So they start covering the windows. They start doing all of this, right? They start covering the windows, shutting everything, making sure there's no light. Because anytime you get any contact from outside, it's going to be a wrap for you. And pretty much, right? Basically, pretty much. So, like a day goes by or whatever. And, like, you know, everybody's trying to talk to each other, getting to know each other, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, an older woman is in the movie, too. She's in the house, right? So, like, it come to find out that, I don't lost my train of thought, y'all. Hold on, I'm going through the movie. Hold on, give me a second. The movie, y'all was just on a rampage. What? And y'all was on, like, a roll, low-key. But, like, everybody's getting to know each other, right? And it's crazy because the black boy, it's like he automatically adapted to Sandra because, you know, she was pregnant in the house, right? So they go by, they're all like, you know, what are we going to do for food? What are we going to do for toiletries? Blah, blah, blah. So they get a knock on the door, right? Listen to this key piece, y'all. They get a knock on the door. And mind you, I told you, anything outside, you're taking a chance. You're taking a risk, low-key. So just remember what I said about this other woman. So this other woman gets in the house, right? They're terrified. They're nervous. They're like, you know, guys, put a blindfold on your eyes, blah, blah, blah. And she's just crying. Mind you, she's pregnant. So we got 2 pregnant women in this house, right? She's big and pregnant, you know what I mean? And she's like, you could tell she's terrified, and she's just like, you know, I just kept knocking on people's doors. Nobody would answer, you know, and the day, it's late, you feel me? So they get knocked on the door. The girl's cool, you feel me? The girl's cool. Now, the other guy who played off of Mr. Drew, he ends up being a worker at the grocery store, right? So all these people come together, right? So then they end up taking the girl in. They end up looking at her, searching her, making sure she's good, and letting her know, too, that, you know, you can't be on the outside. You gotta stay in the house, making sure she's good and all that good jazz, right? So then, they're living in a real nice house, because y'all know that house is that couple's house, and his wife had killed herself in the burning car or whatever. So then they're like, okay, we need to find a way to get food, to get water. What is it that we're going to do, right? So then they come up with the idea, let's get in the car, but let's put a blindfold on our eyes, because I told y'all, if y'all look outside, death is going to come to you, period, point blank. So they all get in the car. It's like the black guy. It's Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock. Who else? It's the cashier guy who, I'm going to call him Mr. Drew. We're going to call him Mr. Drew. Mr. Drew, the white girl, the dude with the tattoos, the white boy, the husband, and then that was it, right? That was it, because I told y'all they left the older woman and the other pregnant woman, they left her at the house, right? So it's crazy, like, they getting in the car, right? In the garage, mind you, they in the car, and everybody got on, they blindfolds and stuff, but before they do that, they gotta plaster the windows. I'm talking putting newspapers. I mean, they is getting to it. They finding tape. They finding any and everything they can to make sure all these windows is closed, right? Who could drive a car and can't see, right? So what happens is, they got the GPS on the system, and you could just, like, us being the people who's watching the movie, we could see what they running over. They're running over bodies. There's dead bodies all in the street, on the sidewalk. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. So then, like, even to get into the store, they still had to have their blindfolds on, because you cannot see the outside, right? So then, come to find out, they end up getting in the grocery store, and they hit jackpot. Ain't nobody in the store. Guys, listen to what I said. Ain't nobody in the store. So, the old man is in the beer aisle. You feel me? He's just drinking, trying to, like, get his life together for the one time. The other girl, she got a big old basket full of food, and she just opened up chips, eating them. And then Sandra Bullock and the fine black dude I'm telling y'all about, they had an instant connection. Like, you could just tell right then and there, he wanted her, period. So then, like, everybody's in the store, right? In the store, mind you, they in a grocery store, right? So then, all of a sudden, you hear somebody banging, and the guy is like, is there somebody in there? And the old man is like, don't open that door, we don't know, don't chance it. So then, like, the guy was crying, y'all. He was end up being in the freezer. Mind you, this is another worker who works with Drew, and Drew recognized his voice and was like, how'd you get in there? Are you okay? Da-da-da-da. The dude is big, y'all. The dude ain't no little dude, y'all. The dude tall, he heavy set, the whole shebang, and he's trying to get out of this freezer. So then the black dude is like, okay, we're gonna let you out, but something wasn't right about him, because he was like, let me out. Like, you just knew something wasn't right with him, right? So then the black dude is like trying to hold on to the door to push him in, and the only way that the other dude was not about to come out, don't y'all know Drew risked his life? At the last minute, y'all, he tried to push him back into the freezer. Y'all, he went back in the freezer with him. And you heard Drew, I told y'all, we're going to call him Drew. You heard him saying, what's wrong? And all of a sudden, you don't hear nothing. You just see a bunch of blood coming from the door. I'm like, shut the front door. Why is it that the black people always got to die first in the movie? I mean, I'm tired of seeing it. It was bad enough. Drew, before he died and stuff, when he was in the house, y'all, he was so smart, y'all. I'm telling y'all, he was like talking about what was going on, about the suicides. Like, he was just adapting to everything real quick, fast, and hurry. Like, he was more than just a little grocery store clerk. You feel me? He was more than that. So I was in my feelings, because I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, you done sacrificed yourself, bruh. You done sacrificed yourself for all these people. Period, point blank. So everybody's freaking out. And that's another thing. I understand everybody was in the grocery store. The old man was drinking alcohol, blah, blah, blah. They was like, you know what? We're getting out, because we don't know what's about to happen next. So long story short, they get back home. Everybody get home safely, right? Besides Drew, right? So come to find out, y'all, everybody's doing their thing, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you what the pregnant girl number 2 do. She pissed me off. And I'm fast forwarding a little bit because I'm pissed off. She pissed me off. Like, they end up getting a knock on the door, right? The girl don't let the man in. And it's crazy because the guy, I mean, looking at him and hearing his words, you knew something was off. Like, I was trying to give the man the benefit of the doubt. Like, I was really trying to, like, be here for the guy. And that's another thing I'm going to tell y'all why it's called the Birdbox. The only thing that does not get affected from being outside is the birds, y'all. So while they was in the store before Drew got killed or whatever, Sandra went to the aisle and she seen these beautiful birds. I think there were like 2 or 3 of them. They were so pretty. I don't know if they were parakeets, but they were colorful. They were so pretty, right? So when they was hearing that guy banging them from the freezer, the birds start losing it. I'm talking, they was chirping and acting all crazy in the cage, and that's how you knew something wasn't right, because of the birds. Y'all listen to what I said. It's because of the birds. So when the second pregnant girl, I ain't gonna lie, let me go back a little bit. So the pregnant girl, she was nice, and she was real talkative, she was real needy. Like, Sandra's like, can you just leave me alone, please? Can we just go to sleep? And she was like, can I lay next to you, because we both are pregnant, and, we need to blah, blah, blah. Like, she was real needy, and I ain't going to try and, like, dismiss her, you feel me? Because, she was married, and this whole thing happened with everybody killing themselves and stuff. So she was really, like, dependent, you feel me? She was, like, really... She needed that extra comfort, you know what I mean? And Sandra was just taking it like a beast. She was like, she was just like, it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. But this the part that pissed me off. So the dude come in the house, right? And the older man come down here and was like, how the hell did you get in here? He was like, did you let him in here? And she was like, I did. He was like, what are you doing? Like, he was going in on the pregnant girl. Because, like, first of all, no disrespect, that ain't your crib, lady. And I understand you looked at it like, you guys let me in and I was fine. No. Because this dude ends up being a trip. So I told y'all, both of the girls is pregnant. Let me go back a little bit. So, like, while the guy's in the house, he's up here, like, telling them his experience, telling them how, like, these one people made him open his eyes and he didn't want to, and he was knocking on doors and wouldn't nobody answer. And the husband was like, you know what, I'm sorry, but you have to get the hell out. I mean, he had his gun ready to, like, blow him to pieces, right? So then the grandma ended up hitting the old man with something and knocked him out, right? So then the black boy was like, you know what, you're going to sleep in the garage. Interesting. You gonna sleep in the garage. Okay, so it comes out both of the women are about to give birth at the same time. Okay, now I know I keep going forward and going backward, but this is just my reaction, you feel me? Hopefully y'all keeping up, you feel me? Like, hopefully y'all keeping up and everything. But another thing I want to tell you, remember when I told y'all that they had left the first time and the car was in the garage and stuff? Well, the white girl and the white boy with all the tattoos, they was like low-key lovers, low-key. Like, they met each other, hit it off, blah, blah, blah. And, so they ended up talking to themselves like, we're getting the hell up out of here. We out. All you heard is the garage door opening. Everybody running down the stairs. They done set it, y'all. So I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what happened. You ain't seen them the rest of the movie, right? So we're just slowly eliminating people in the house, if you think about it. Drew already done got killed. You feel me? The white girl and the boy with the tattoos, they're out. Them is 3 people. And then we gained 2 more people. We gained the man who was pleading like he was fine. And then we got the second pregnant girl, right? So we got 2 pregnant women, y'all. We got 2 pregnant women. We got the fine black boy. We got the old man, and we got the old grandma. So we got 5 people in the house, right? We got 5 people in the house. And the other guy, the guy who's trying to play, like he got it all. So let me just make sure I'm doing this right. We're going to call him the crazy man. The crazy man, the old man, the fine man, the 2 pregnant women, and the grandma. Yeah, we got 6 people in the house, right? So, what are the odds that these 2 women is about to give birth at the same time? At the same time. So, this is how I'm looking at it. This is how I feel like how the movie played it, okay? The crazy man was crazy, y'all. And what happened was, while the girls went upstairs, when the girls went upstairs to give birth and was like no pain medicine, no nothing, like we finna have these babies, right? Don't y'all know the crazy man was downstairs? And you know he did? Take a wild guess, y'all. Let me tell y'all what he did. He knew about the birds. Y'all know he put the birds in the freezer. So couldn't nobody hear him. He was trying to kill the birds because, you know, the birds is what activates everything when something ain't right. Now, granted, I don't know where the birds was at before when the dude first came in the house, but they should have been more alert, period, point blank. So the dude, the crazy man, we'll call him the crazy man. The crazy man, he puts the birds in the freezer, right? And then he sits down on the couch and he got all these drawings, y'all. These drawings is crazy. I mean, it's a bunch of darkness. It's a bunch of crazy drawings. It's crazy. So then the old man wakes up and he's in the garage, right? So he's in the garage, but he's like, you know, you in the window, you can see everything, but you in the garage. And he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because he's seen him putting the birds in the garage and he knew something wasn't right? So mind you, everybody's upstairs. You feel me? The 2 pregnant women's upstairs about to get a birth. The crazy man is downstairs. He got the whole house downstairs to himself. And the old man is in the garage. Because remember when he got knocked out and went to sleep low-key, black dude was like, you're going to be sleeping in the garage tonight. I hope it was worth it. Step 1, the crazy man put the birds in the freezer. Step 2, the crazy man is spreading all of his drawings on the table. Step 3, the crazy man opens up the garage, y'all. He opens up the garage so the old man, you feel me, the old man who's in the garage could see the light. Because bottom line, he was evil. I don't understand how he got in that house. I hate the fact that he was bad and he wasn't not nice like the pregnant woman, the second pregnant woman. But because he was in that house, it cost them. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? It cost him. And it was like, part of me is like this. If y'all would have listened to the man the first time when he said, I'm sorry, we can't help you. You have to get the hell out. But the grandma was trying to play rescue. So then the dude, the crazy man comes upstairs, right? Before this, I told y'all what the crazy man do, y'all. He puts the birds in the garage. He has all the drawings on the table. Then he starts taking all of the papers off the windows to get the light. And then the crazy man is like, stop it. What are you? I'm not the crazy man, y'all. The old man was like, stop it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because he's just tearing all the papers off the windows, talking about, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Don't you see? It's beautiful. Look at the light. Look at the light. And then that's when he opened up the garage door. And the old man is like covering his eyes. Because you know, once you have your eyes open and you're seeing the light, you finna die. Period. You finna die. Now, y'all, I have something to tell y'all. Y'all gonna be so mad at me. But I forgot a character who was in the house. If y'all watch Law and Order, y'all know the psychiatrist in Law and Order, the Chinese looking man or whatever. Listen, y'all. He was in it too. And he was cool. He was cool peoples. And it's sad because he ended up killing himself. Because he ended up, I know y'all, I completely forgot, my bad. He ended up being upstairs in the room and they tied him down to the chair to where he could not, he couldn't move his body. And he was trying to see what is it that's making everybody kill themselves. And there's a bunch of cameras. So like with him having his laptop up, he can activate all the video cameras, right? He can activate everything. So he's seeing this street, what's going on outside, what's on the front porch, blah, blah, blah. Because I guess this man and the old man were kind of like landlord lieutenant type thing or whatever. He was staying in his house, but that was the landlord. That was the landlord, you know what I mean, of the house. But the guy, the tenant, was staying in the house or whatever, right? So, you know, he was watching that tablet, y'all, for hours. I know I done skipped so much of the movie, and I am so sorry. Y'all have to forgive me. But we're taking it all the way back up when I was talking about all the characters before the crazy man and before the pregnant woman, the second pregnant woman. So just try and stay focused with me a little bit. He ended up dying because he kept watching hours and hours and hours of it. And then finally, something clicked. Shoot, he started looking at that screen. His eyes got all red. Excuse me. His eyes got all red. And you heard a bunch of noise. And they're like banging on the door. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Trying to get in the door. Y'all. He done he took himself out. Like literally had his head like on a nail and was out. So that was like a really bad. But we got to fast forward, y'all. So the two women is upstairs giving birth. Okay. The babies are here. You feel me? The babies are here. The babies are healthy. You feel me? The moms are healthy. Everything is good and gravy. So I'm looking at this movie like, okay. Everybody's good. But something was telling me that crazy man was downstairs by himself too long, y'all. He was by himself too long, period. So, you know me, my scaredy behind. I couldn't see all that death. All I know was the crazy man came up the steps and was taking everything off the windows upstairs, and the second mom ended up dying. The grandma ended up dying because, you know, I'm going to call her the older woman. I'm going to call her the grandma because she was an older woman. But she was like helping, you know, calming the second mom down, you know, putting the towel around her head and stuff. They're both looking at this beautiful baby. They're looking at Sandra's beautiful baby and stuff. And everything was good, right? But then somehow, before that happened, before the man even came upstairs, the fine black dude was like, man, it's quiet. He was like, you know, it was just a little too quiet down there. And he didn't hear the birds. Something told him to go to the freezer. I don't know how, but something told him to go to the freezer. And he got the birds out the freezer. And then, you know, he was fine, y'all. The fine black dude and the crazy man start fighting, and I think he like stabbed him or something happened where he was like knocked out or whatever. So then the older man ended up not getting affected by the light, y'all. He ended up trying to help the black dude or whatever, but he ended up dying too. It was depressing. He ended up dying. So now that the black guy is knocked out, you feel me, on the floor, that gives the crazy man, you know, room to go upstairs. And he goes upstairs and he does what he does. He starts taking all the paper off the windows. I told y'all the grandma died. The second pregnant woman died. And Sandra is underneath the cover. Because she's underneath the cover because she's not trying to get by this light. Because y'all know once you see the light, death is going to come to you, period, point blank. It's just a wrap after that. But before... remember when I told y'all how like the second pregnant girl was like really needy and wanted to be by Sandra and all that? She straight told her, she was like, you know, if I don't make it, I want you to take care of my baby. Either take care of, I think she said she wanted her to take care of the baby and she wanted to name the baby. I'm pretty sure she said she wanted to take care of the baby and like name the baby. And Sandra's like, no, you're fine. You're going to make it. We're in this together. Like she was trying to have a little soft spot for her for a minute. Like, girl, you talking about you ain't going to be here for your baby? Girl, you need to be here for your baby, period, point blank. But leave it up to the crazy man. He ain't make that possible. So like he ended up, you know, dying and stuff. So now how many people's in the house, y'all? 2 people. The older man got shot. The second pregnant woman died. The grandma died. So the only 2 people in the house now is who? The fine man, Sandra, and these 2 babies. Some of that. So, push come to shove, like, they ended up, the fine man ended up being with Sandra and everything was good. So then, like, you know, Sandra got her son, you feel me? And then she's raising this little girl. So now everybody's getting older. Like, everybody's getting older or whatever, right? So, they was, like, the girl said, like, Sandra was a beast, bruh. She was a beast because she ended up having to be by herself with the kids because, y'all, one little glimpse cost them everything. Like, I'm up here like, you know, Sandra, she's with her dude, you feel me? Sandra, she's with her dude. And, which is a fine black guy. You know, they're raising up these 2 little kids, you feel me? They're doing what they gotta do. They got their blindfolds on. They surviving, y'all. They are surviving, period, point blank. They're surviving. So, like, they ended up coming to a house, right? They ended up coming to a house, and, like, they was trying to get clothes and stuff and things like that. And all they was doing was enjoying a Pop-Tart, y'all. A Pop-Tart. And it went left. I guess before the whole, my bad, y'all. I guess because I'm in my car. I guess before the whole Pop-Tart thing transpired, the fine black guy had knew a way to get out of where they was at, to be somewhere safe. You feel me? So, he was basically telling them, like, you know, how will I know it's you? Because, you know, they're on the outside, which is all the crazy stuff going on in the air and stuff like that. And he was like, you know, just make sure you listen for this guy. Because I guess if you hear the birds, y'all, I'm telling you, not the birds that Sandra already has. I'm talking about other birds. If you hear other birds, you're getting closer to the place where you need to be for safety. So, you know, Sandra, you know, she's like got her fine dude. You know, they raising the kids and all that jazz. And it was crazy because as soon as they're enjoying their Pop-Tart, I mean, just a little glimpse of happiness. Just something so, you know, enjoyable. They're not running for their lives, blah, blah, blah. They in the house, they cool. Somebody else came to this house. Okay? Now, this is the part that pisses me off, okay? So, you know me, I'm a little scaredy cat. I can't see all the gore and all the other stuff, but he tells her, he was like, you know, if I'm not back, he was like, just go. Just take the kids and go. Take the kids and go. And she was like, I'm not leaving without you. He was like, this is not up for debate, because he knew if they came in that house, if those people outside came in the house, they were all going to be done for. Kids and all of them was going to be done for. So the black boy sacrificed himself, right? So they all hear the car pull up, right? They hear the car pull up. And then they're banging on the door, right? Before they even get in the house, the black dude come out. He's like, here I am, here I am, here I am. He has his blindfold on. Well, blindfold, scarf, whatever. His eyes is covered at the end of the day. His eyes is covered, right? So there's like 4 people. And they're like, take off your blindfold. Take off your blindfold. He was like, no, I can't. Mind y'all, he can't see. All he's doing is feeling around. Right? When I tell you, somebody had like a hook, and I don't know if they hooked. Because I told y'all, my security behind ran to the daggone bedroom. I thought they was going to try and kill him right then and there. But I don't know if they took the thing off of his eyes, or he did it himself, or they hit him, right? They hit him. So then when it was over, you're looking at him. He's risking it, and he's fighting off all these people, right? He's fighting them off. Like, he's hitting them. He's doing whatever he got to do to survive, right? Got the guns and everything. Y'all, don't you know? This is the part that pissed me off. Don't you know that as soon as all them people were dead or whatever and was leaving them alone, he got the air. The air got him. He took himself out. I said, shut the front door. All the black people got to die in the movie. Every movie, the black person gotta die. Period. I'm over it. I'm frustrated. So, like, you know, she's in the boat. She's in the boat, and she already talked to the kids. She was like, I need you guys to listen to me. We're gonna take this trip. Do not open your eye. Well, do not take your blindfold off. If you do, you will die. Mind you, these kids is young, y'all. These kids is like maybe 5, 6, maybe. They're young, y'all. They're young. So then, you know, Sandra still got on her blindfold too. And it's crazy because they went through hell, y'all. They ended up being in the boat, and she's like, you know, got her little, she's canoeing and stuff in the river or whatever. And then, you know, the kids is in the bottom of the boat, like they're, you know, sitting low and stuff. And then, of course, you got the birds. So then you hear like a man screaming, "Hey, come over here. And she was like, she was like, "Kid, stay down, don't say anything. And the guy was like, "Look at the light, it's beautiful. Like, he was literally trying to take her blindfold off. Like, he was really trying to have her dead. Sandra was equipped, y'all. She had this huge knife in her boat, and she was just doing this, because mind you, she still got her blindfold on, and the dude don't want that. He's like, you know, come over here, it's fine. Y'all know it wasn't fine. So then he ends up getting, like, cut or whatever. Then he ends up drowning. But then it was crazy because this was the trip, y'all. The trip was this horrible boat ride, y'all, where you ain't just on the river, y'all. I mean, it's like, bam, like you going down, you doing roller coasters. The boat done ends up tipping over. And yeah, y'all, I done skipped a few parts because I'm just telling you my reactions to the movie and like what I got out the movie and things like that. Like, I'm not telling y'all everything that happened. I'm like skipping some parts, but just stay focused, stay with me. And the boat ends up tipping over or whatever, and you know, the mom, well, Sandra gets the son, you feel me, and she gets the girl and things like that. And it's crazy, y'all, because why was she calling these kids boy, girl? They didn't even have names, y'all. They didn't even have names, for real. So like, it was crazy because, like, the boat ended up tipping over the kids, and she's screaming, like, where are you? And the little boy screaming, like, I'm here. She's like, keep talking to me. So then she ends up hearing his voice more, right? And she grabs him, and then she don't hear the girl. The baby girl ended up getting washed on the shore. She's up on all the rocks and stuff, so everything is good, right? So Sandra got her hand, she got her little girl's hand, she got the other boy's hand, and they're just walking, right? And she's like, you know, stay close to me. And she's walking. Sandra done tripped and done fell. I'm talking tumbled down, y'all, And it was so crazy because, like, the girl, she wanted to take her blindfold off so bad. And it was like, you be hearing voices, like, in the wind and the atmosphere and stuff, like, talking to you and stuff. And Sandra was like, don't take my children, just screaming, don't take my children, and just saying and chanting, so, you know, they can hear her voice, and she can go find them so they can be together. So, y'all, when I tell you this force wanted Sandra so bad, first they heard the birds, then she started hearing the voice from her dude, the fine. Ooh, y'all, he was so fine. Was hearing the voice from the fine dude or whatever, but you knew good dang well he killed himself. So you know that was trying to be a distraction so she could be distracted and take her blindfold off. And she didn't do it. And it was like the more and more she kept denying it, the more and more she kept not giving in, the force got stronger. It was like literally coming up on the kids, trying to get the kids. It was crazy. So, long story short, she ends up knocking on that door. She was like, she ended up finding the place, right? After this spirit was just so forceful, the leaves was going hard, you could just feel the force, like they was really trying to get her. Like, y'all is doing all of this. This girl is trying to keep her children alive. This girl's trying to stay alive. She can't see. She done lost everybody. She done lost the man who she loved. You feel me? It ended up only being them two. Everybody else done died, you feel me? And, like, this force wanted her that bad, right? So she finally gets to the door, right? And she's hearing the birds, and she's banging on the door. Please let my children in. Please let my children in. Please let my children in. You feel me? And, like, they end up opening the door. Let me tell y'all something. The dude, like, when she opened the door, guess who was blind? So he could... The effect wasn't affecting him. He was blind. But when they went inside, the children came in, you feel me? And then that's when Sandra was able to come in. They checked her, make sure she was good and everything. And what do you know? A bunch of people who was just like her. Some had disabilities, some couldn't see, some could. It was just innocent children being children. And it just had me so in my feelings because, mind you, they're in the middle of nowhere. They're outside, they're in the middle of nowhere. But this building, what's with the lights, you feel me, is the birds. The birds are shielding all that light. And it ended up being like a school for like the blind and stuff like that. So, I don't know, y'all. That's what I'm telling y'all. This movie was a one and done. I can't watch the movie no more. I can't see it. But at the same time, I'm glad I did watch it because now I know what the hype was all about. You feel me? Even though, like, I really wasn't paying attention to what half of the people were saying on Facebook because I didn't watch the movie. You feel me? Back then, I wasn't going to watch the movie. But I was, like, intrigued. You feel me? I was intrigued because I'm looking at the clip of the movie and I'm just seeing her with a daggone bandage over her face. I'm thinking to myself, why is she doing this if she can't see? I'm thinking to myself, she can't see. Like, she's in a boat. Because, you know, that's the picture on, like, if you could get it on DVD or you scrolling through Netflix and they got the cover of the movie so you could see, and then they start playing the trailer or whatever. I'm like, you know what? This is crazy. But when I started watching the movie, y'all, I couldn't stop watching the movie. I couldn't stop watching the movie because I was intrigued because it all made sense of why they had them blindfolds on their eyes. Period, point blank. Because once you open your eyes, death was going to come to you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I have to say I would give this movie 7 stars. 7 stars. Only because I was not feeling, not only did one black person die, but both of them died. Like, come on, y'all. At least keep one of us alive. But that, and I'm so glad that, you know, she ended up being alive and her children was alive. Like, this force did not care. It was taking kids, grandparents, moms, older people. It did not care. If your eyes was open to the light, you was finna be next. Period. You was finna be next. You was finna be next. And I'm just like, oh my word. Like, that just had me in my feelings. But it's the thing. Remember when I told y'all when the movie first came on, Sandra was painting and stuff, and then she had that ultrasound. Y'all, when she was in this building, she ended up running into the girl who gave her ultrasound, and she recognized her. She was like, well, I forgot their names. I'm horrible with names. I just know their faces. But she recognized that was her, and I was just like, oh my gosh, she survived during all of this. Like, I was so happy. But this is the thing, y'all. It's called the Birdbox for a reason, okay? Had them birds not been there, y'all, them birds was the only ones that was not affected by any of it. You feel me? They would start flapping their wings, start chirping, like they was just losing it, like, you know, something ain't right. And with that being said, that alerted the people that something wasn't right. You feel me? So, I don't know, y'all. I know this was a nice little minute video for y'all, but I have been putting this video on hold for a minute. Like I told y'all, I watched it a few weeks ago with my son or whatever, and it's like, you know what? Well, I got me some little downtime. That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna do a reaction on the Birdbox. And it's so funny because when I had told my mom what we were watching, why does she keep calling the movie The Birdcage? So every time I think about the Birdbox, cage comes out of my mouth. But it's supposed to be the Birdbox or whatever. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in with me this evening. I hope everybody had a good holiday. You feel me? I know I cooked my butt off. Had to pat myself on the back because I did that, period. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for rocking with me. If you have anything that you want to add to what I said, leave a comment down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, be a part of the A-Team. Go and hit that bad boy subscribe button. And until next time, peace, love, and blessings. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Bye, guys. Close.